call this meeting order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Please take your seats. An executive session was held prior to tonight's meeting to discuss personnel matters. Roll call, please.
Brochus.
Here.
Reichner.
Here.
Barnhart.
Here.
Martina. Here. Ister.
I have two agenda additions. One for eminent domain and for Zimmerman's request a waiver of the maintenance agreement for stormwater. Do I have a second to add those two to the agenda?
Reichner.
Yes.
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina. Yes. Ister. Brochus.
Yes. Are there any public comments on agenda items at this time? Any public comment on agenda items? Please state your name, ma'am.
Gillette Bridges. I need a paper to be signed for the sale of my house.
Ma'am, you're on the agenda.
Oh, thank you.
That's going to be taken care of tonight.
Thank you.
Yep.
Any other public comment on agenda items at this time? Sweep update? Kurt?
Hey everybody. Alright, so the Charles B. Dickinson Foundation grant that we got for $1,000. After some of our expenditures, we're down to $575.81 left. Out of that, we're definitely running through that quick, but the kids are having a blast at this program. This last Sunday was our April Sweep Stewardship Program. They had participants from the Sweep Committee, Scout Troop 333, and community members were all coming out. In total, we had 33 volunteers, 16 adults, and 17 of the volunteers were students, who all gave 101 hours of community service. They collected 2 45-gallon trash bags of just litter and garbage that was scattered about the property, conducted light maintenance of wellness trails, and then the participants planted 90 tree saplings that were provided by the Sunbury Shade Tree Commission. So we planted 40 eastern redbuds, 20 dogwoods, and 20 river birch trees within the property down there. The kids were learning about the plants and they had a good time doing it. The participants also learned about duck, butterfly, and squirrel boxes, and we had the equipment and material there. We brought out our generator and tools, and we constructed these wildlife boxes with the kids and teaching them about it. So we're planning on the actual installation within the property approximately June this summer. So that's what we're doing with this program here. But what I need from you all is just the approval for us to apply to the Truist Foundation for a small grant for the program. And the deadline to apply is May 1st, and I'll be working with Derek this week to get the information on it.
Questions, anyone on that? All right, so I'll make the motion to apply for the Truist grants for the sweep. Do I have a second?
Barnhart.
Yes.
Martina.
Yes.
Ister. Brochus.
Yes.
Reichner.
Yes.
All right, and May 28th is our next stewardship program. That's all I have, kids.
All right, thanks, Kurt, appreciate it. Shade tree update?
Good evening, everyone. So in February of this year, you may have seen articles in the Daily Item showing the upcoming projects of the Tech students. One of those projects involves the Peace Pole located at Kyfan's Gardens. In 2022, members of the Sunbury Shade Tree Commission took a stroll through the gardens. It was noted that the Peace Pole was in disrepair. On behalf of the commission, a letter was penned to ask if this pole could receive some TLC and sending pictures along with that. Brian Seward, S-E-W-A-R-D, first name B-R-Y-A-N, of Suntech, contacted me and advised he would put the project forward with the students. Brian also advised he felt the plaque, that was the dedication plaque, could also use some TLC. Now you may say, what's a peace pole? The dedication reads, peace poles are handcrafted wooden poles presenting the peace message. may peace prevail on earth, and in different languages. They are erected the world over as an international symbol of peace. Their purpose is to spread the message, may peace prevail on earth, and to act as a constant reminder for us to wish for, pray for, work for, visualize, and think about peace in our lives, homes, communities, and in the world. It was constructed by the Sun Area Career and Technology Center, 1997-1998 cabin tree class, and it was presented to the Vacant Gardens by the Junior Girl Scout Troop, 455 St. Monica's Church, 1998. Another letter was penned regarding the gateway to the city at the intersection of South 2nd and South Front Streets. Some of the trees are crowded in that area and are dead. Since it's a gateway, a request was made to see if it could be improved to complement Titans Gardens as well as to make it eye-appealing for visitors as they enter the city. The reply is still to come. For the sapling giveaway, you heard Kurt say that we donated saplings for the sweep project, which is great.
Yeah.
However, 16 species for a total of 800 saplings were ordered and coordinated by Joe. We received 14 species, and a home was found for all the saplings received. And we had a variety of people from different areas, as far away as from Shamokin, Herndon, Milton, and 2 locations near Pittsburgh. So, for their hard work, please recognize Jan Dockey, Joe Bartello, and Sam Mummy for making this project successful. As a result of the tree giveaway, there were 3 individuals that expressed interest in joining the commission. Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you for the team also. Councilman Ister, unfinished business, event trailer purchase.
Yes, I have some numbers here, I've been told that they're not accurate. Jamie, well, call the company up, I'll get another quote here to,
Sounds good.
see what's coming in here. I didn't really sit down, I'm going to be honest with you. But I'll take care of that one, the other orders.
Do you want to take action to order it or to purchase it through ARPA pending under the
Though we
micro
might
purchase
drop the
threshold?
exact number,
Or
and
wanna
the
get-
round number.
Well, it's under 10,000, didn't we okay? with
Right, so
that?
under the
10,000?
micro purchase threshold, I think with one fifty thousand pounds.
I think it was
I'll
all.
make that motion.
Second.
Brochus,
Yes.
Reichtner,
Yes.
Barnhart,
Yes.
Martina. Yes. Ister.
Yes.
And at the moment, I just plan to kind of account for that under interest, because you earned 12,000 or so in interest. So I'm just gonna count under there.
Works wonderful, thank you. New business, Zimmerman request waiver.
Yes.
Mike?
First of all, I apologize for being on word here. This all took place like half an hour ago. 45 minutes ago. Anyhow, in front of you, we have a proposal from Zimmerman Motors. They're looking to install a stormwater vault that goes behind their body shop and along the railroad tracks. It's owned by City Clerk. Okay? What they're doing with this, they, of course, collecting groundwater, so it's not deteriorating everything. And they asked for a waiver to be approved by City Council, simply because it's not affecting land development. It's already there, they're just modifying
Making it better.
Yeah, and there's a agreement in place between the rail authority and Zimmerman's for the maintenance of the vault. And Sunbury Municipal Authority has no issue with the vault because it's a withstanding vault, which means it'll collect so much water until it fills and then it'll go into the system. Yeah, it'll go into the system.
What's the waiver?
The waiver is, to, the boundary line project, where we're, the bolt will be right on the boundary line. There won't be no setbacks for the bolt.
So we're waiving the setback.
We're waiving the boundary setbacks. Yeah, yeah.
And Mike, you say you don't see any issue, no issue with this?
No,
Okay, you never-
Had city engineer, Mike Thomas, look at it. We've had Joel review the maintenance agreement and contract. Joel, everything looked good.
Everything was fine.
Yeah, no, yeah, we don't see no reason to hold the project.
All right. Questions, anyone? All right, Mike, is that it? I think we're good. All right, I'll make the motion for those waivers. Do I have a second?
Second.
Martina? Yes. Ister? Brochus?
Yes.
Reichtner?
Yes.
Barnhart?
For the other new business item, that was my fault. We already took care of that issue already, so no need to talk about that. Moving on to more new business, the appointment of Constant Blauski to the Shade Tree Commission as an alternate. Do I have a second to accept her to the Shade Tree?
I'll second.
Thank you.
Martina? Yes. Ister?
Yes.
Brochus?
Yes.
Reichtner?
Yes.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Moving on, the provision to the public nuisance ordinance abatement to replace the word of Allentown with the word of Sunbury. Do I have a second?
Second.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Martina? Yes. Ister?
Yes.
Brochus?
Yes.
Reichtner?
Yes.
Moving on, the request to satisfy the 2005 mortgage that fell under the program of income loans. Do I have a second for that?
Brochus?
Yes.
Reichtner?
Yes.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Martina? Yes. Ister?
Yeah. Burgess, that was you. You were approved.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, so I'll get the papers for you and have them ready for you for tomorrow, okay?
Could you send them over to CSS?
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yep. Thank you. And, and as I said, the following one for the eminent domain, like I said, we took care of that business already. Councilman Barnhart, complex, go ahead.
Chamberlain All Sports Complex project extension request. Mr. Rose, would you please amplify on that?
I will do that, Mr. Farmer. So, as you all know, we've been working with LA Sports Engineering to do a renovation of the Chick-fil-A Sports Complex. And due to time restraints, they were under per municipal planning code, they have 90 days to have a review and an approval done. If they can't get it done within those 90 days, then they have to apply for extension, which they're doing tonight because they ran into some unforeseen issues with the project. And their project, the original time frame actually expires on the 26th. We're hoping, or I should say, they're hoping to go before planning on the 27th, and hopefully next council meeting to be here, but we need to do this as a technicality to keep the project in line.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. I'd like to make a motion to accept that.
I'll second. Ister?
Yes.
Brochus?
Yes.
Reichtner?
Yes.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Martina? Yes.
Councilman Ister, city website,
The website. Has everybody reviewed?
and they're here also, if you want them to speak about it. Kyle from Center Mountains and all that.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Is there questions?
I do not have any questions on that, anyone? To read after.
Didn't we discuss what their fee would be to maintain?
Well, I think this is right now just to choose to go with them to build it,
Okay.
do some training, and if we want to take that route, we could go that additional route later on, but I think this is just to get the ball rolling on to the building it.
I'll make that motion, then we ought to sit down though with them, shortly, and everybody has their input, what they feel should be there, what modifications, if you looked at the, Bloomsburg town of Bloomsburg, their website, I think we can have ours better than that.
That's right. Kyle, the pressure's on your guys' team, so.
That's right.
Any questions, anyone?
I'll make that motion,
Second.
thank you.
Well,
Reichtner?
Yes.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Martina? Yes. Ister?
Yes.
Brochus?
yes. Mr. Backer, the comprehensive / zoning plan.
After working with Joel and the state and Gannett Plumbing, we have a contract that Joel reviewed for our comprehensive zoning plan. So I'm just looking at votes from council and affirmative to move forward and with the contract with Gannett Plumbing.
All right, sorry.
Let me just say real quick, if you don't mind, Mayor. There were a lot of things that needed changed in that contract, and to their credit, they changed all of them except one thing I asked for, they did not grant to us, but quite honestly, it was minuscule, and with the fact that they changed everything else, I think that this is a very good contract for the city.
All right, so I'll make that motion to accept the funding contract for the comprehensive / zoning plan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Martina? Yes. Ister? Brochus?
Yes.
Reichner?
Yes.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Keystone Collection Group for 2024 delinquent taxes. Mr. Reichner, I'm assuming you'll talk about that.
Yeah, I guess, there's been a problem with our prior tax collection agency raising rates and not doing some of the things they're supposed to do. So I'm making a motion that we change our tax collector from statewide to Keystone Collection Group for the county and high school, or already have done it or in the process of doing it.
Second.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Martina? Yes. Ister? Brochus?
Yes.
Reichner?
Yes.
Councilman Reichner, vouchers and bills.
Okay, we have outstanding debts of $159,939.41 in the general fund, and $2,131.94 in liquid fuels. I make a motion, we pay those bills.
Second.
Barnhart?
Yes.
Martina? Yes. Ister? Brochus?
Yes.
Reichner?
Yes.
Discussion items, there are a couple. Starts off, Mr. Backer, with the mural project.
So I received an email about a Brushes with Destiny LLC. They're planning on doing murals within the city, partnering with organizations. They asked if we would be willing to give a monetary contribution for it. We can have them come here and present to you guys if you would like to learn a little bit more about it, outside of what was in the email. But it's really up to you guys how you would like to proceed on this. I mean, technically, they're doing it on private buildings and everything. I think they just want to partner with the city as far as doing this. So it's up to you guys how you'd like to proceed, how you want me to reach out, if at all.
I would rather talk to them than just jump in there.
Yeah, I think setting up a meeting, showing what they do, previous work, other communities would be a good thing to have, so we have something that base off making a decision.
I can set that up for before next council meeting.
Yeah, that would work. I don't know how much time they need, but whatever it needs, and we can schedule something for that. That
Yeah,
works.
I'll do that.
Thank you. Councilman Barnhart.
Was talking with some fire companies, we need more youth involvement. There's very slim, and it's tough getting the youth out, so I was trying to find a way to do it, and I was thinking about having a display or the fire department, the rescue, river rescue, how's that? With the boat, have them bring the boat out, so I was gonna get a hold of the high school and see if they could have some kind of a field day down there. I wanna reach out to the fire chief to see what he has, any ideas, and anybody here has any ideas of how to get the youth more involved in the fire departments? Because we really, you gotta look to the youth now, because once you don't get enough activity or enough involvement, you know, what are we gonna do? You have guys like Spank and Cheap Time, we're getting older, they ain't gonna be fighting fires.
Spank ain't that old. Some days it's better than others, right?
Jerome, I got a question on that. Do you think it'd be worthwhile to contact the school again? I know 8 years ago or so, we tried to contact them about having an assembly or something down here, or anybody interested, and they just didn't want no part of it.
Well, I think there's other issues that you have to work through as well. During the day, it's hard to get volunteers out, and as Chief Rutger will tell you, it's hard enough to get people out for fires during the day or emergencies, so to do some type of assembly, thought's not a bad thought, it's just logistically, how do you do it?
Yeah, well, we were looking for
Like one time, we used to do Brad can probably tell you, too, the vehicle rescue during prom to,
oh, yeah,
trying to say that, underage drinking and driving and stuff like that. Mike would probably tell you about it too. It might have been cheap when we did it one time. But, yeah, it's, volunteerism is hard to, it isn't just young people, it's,
People of all ages.
yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's hard to get people to get involved in fire department.
had to get it
Back
And
in the day when, you know, Jim and I and Brad and Mike, and especially Jim and I, were involved, there was a lot, but it's just not happening.
I think with the city website being built, you could hammer on that too, social media and stuff like that too, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be a big help. And
John,
we'll see tons put up here, but.
were you thinking about doing something this year, just planning for the
Well,
future, or just putting the conversation out
Well,
there?
I talked to Eric Saxon about getting the boat out the river.
Yeah,
But like you said, getting interested, you do that on a Saturday. I know kids have other things they'd rather be doing, but
We're gonna do it on a weekend, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Just as, not kids, and you want the kids there.
I don't know if the school's gonna plan a field day or something down there to,
Yeah, you're getting close to the end of school.
I mean, if you're looking more short term, like I said, I know what we do a lot, like for National Night Out with the police and first responders, maybe something short term wise, like, all right, you can do something that day, because, you know, a lot of kids come out, a lot of parents come out, you know, I mean, obviously you'll be able to do the river rescue up by the
they can
pool,
bring the
but,
boat up.
yeah, you know, this thing,
Yeah, put the boat
yeah,
in the pool.
yeah, put the boat in the pool, there we go.
Could something be like you said, the battle rescue or something, at National Night Out, because there you'll have a lot of youth.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, that could be maybe like the start of it and see what feedback you get.
The vehicle rescue thing was more geared toward, trying to prevent the underage drinking and driving, the accidents, and things like that. You guys remember last time we did it? Well,
No, I took it, I said, I was the one that died.
it was done over-
I was gonna say, what's that all about?
Amazing
What was it?
But again, as I'm sure Chief Rupp can tell you, it's hard to get volunteers, out into our halls, let alone for just have a public service event like this. I don't know if you could send something like that.
Chief,
The other problem is too, is.
do you still have the junior firefighting program?
There's a handful.
And that was the thing Chief Kipple, we were looking at going down there and trying to get, into the schools and for the junior firefighters and bring them up to the program at that time.
Well, I can tell you this, Northumberland County VOTEC, the guy who is the superintendent, is heavily involved in fire department. Right, probably knows that, like Catino. But anyway, Jimmy Catino is the superintendent out there. He's been thinking about trying to get ways to expand, because obviously they have the same problem we have out there. Like volunteers. And I know he was talking about trying to get an EMT course or something involved in the school as part of the curriculum out there. And a firefighter too, but it's so hard to do, and get people, the other part of it is, it's not cheap. I don't know, what's like $5,000 down to a suit or something? Oh. That's just a little more time. So anyway.
I'll give it to you, Chief Rupp.
Go ahead, Slade.
The high school is having a field day in May down at the football field. So that might be somewhere you might want to start.
And start there and get something National Night Out.
Even if it's just a stand, set up a stand with information.
Anything else, John, on that one?
Yeah, I could go on and on.
Before you do that, I'll go to Councilman Ister here. You're next on the, you're next.
Okay, I think you're still fighting fire. Bison, trying to clean the warehouse out, there another 50 bikes down there. Brad, how long must we keep a bike against somebody drops off? Even if your men drop it off. Is there a time frame?
Nobody comes and says, oh, buddy, this one. A lot of times, like I said, you get stuff like that. They make 25,000 of them, and then, you can't really pinpoint it, so.
There's no special counsel, some answer, we're not storing bicycles for a year for a sale that costs us money.
Yeah.
Figure out, give them to the Boy Scouts, let them sell them, do something.
Get rid of them, get some kid up like who needs it and move on.
Handling 2-3 times, officers are wasting their time, just don't have the bicycles, and it's a pain.
Here's a suggestion. If there's any of them that are good, use relatively, what about close spots?
I think they usually need to
Contact the school.
I think it's a great news.
There's, I mean, a lot of times we'll go down and pick the ones, the good ones out, just keep them to the side, that way, in case you get kids, they need something, yeah. Basically, need a kid that needs a bike or something, we'll give them a bike.
As long as it has training wheels, yes.
So, yeah, that's all.
All right. Sounds wonderful. Announcements, they're accepting letters of interest for a 3-year term on the Board of Appeals in ARB. One alternative for the Shade Tree Commission, you can submit your letters of interest to the City Clerk at jbarner@sunburypa.org. 460 Arch Street will be auctioned by the Redevelopment Authority on April 29th. More information can be found on their website at sunburyredevelopment.org. City of Sunbury Mulch giveaway will be May 6th from 12:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. located at the Brush
12:30 a.m.
7:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. My bad. Located at the Brush Recycling Center at the old Celotex lot. The City of Sunbury Public Safety Office will be doing their walkthroughs throughout the neighborhoods on Monday, June 5th through Friday, June 9th. TV and tire recycling event, June 10th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. The next city council meeting will be held here at City Hall on May 8th at 6:15 p.m. And is there any public comment at this time? All right, I'll start here, working around the room. Please state your name.
Julie Roches, Chair of the Shade Tree Commission. I have a question about the shade tree. So if other people are interested in joining the commission, what is the process of changing the ordinance for this many members and an alternate to grow the commission?
I'll give you my email. You send me an email, how many members you want to have.
Okay.
I'll amend the ordinance. We'll bring it to the next meeting and get it on the agenda to get it passed.
Okay, because I know that there was at least 2 other people that were interested when we were doing the sapling giveaway. Second thing on murals. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when you're coming up 4th Street off of Walnut, on the side of the building that was a grocery store, it's faded, but it says Pillsbury's Best. That's how they would advertise back in the day, for our time. But something like that might be, a little, hey, look at that. There's also one, and I can never read it or think about it, when you're coming out of the post office and you look across the railroad tracks, on one of those buildings, there's also an advertisement there that might be, putting brought back into it. The other thing with the recruitment of firemen, I just hope wherever this goes, that the existing firemen are open to suggestion from the youth. Because that doesn't always happen when somebody's trying to join the fire company. And that deters a lot of people. Thank you.
Public comment? Go ahead, sir, please state your name.
Corey Fossil. So I'm just here to make an announcement. A lot of good going on here tonight, that's great. So I'll put that to that. But so I didn't want to send an email, a text, make a phone call, but I'll come here in person. But on May 23rd, it's a Tuesday night, we purposely moved it from Monday night because there might be a council meeting. But we're going to have a grand opening of the Columbus Playground. And we invite all city council there, police department, fire companies, the entire public. So what happened up there, if you don't know, it's closed down right now, trying to do a revamp, get it into today's era. Safety for children, obviously, that's very, very important. Just a fresh look. Some of the things that were there for more than 50 years. So it's time. Of course, as everybody knows, it's money. We've got that handled. We're almost at our goal. Yeah, if you go up there now, grass seed just got planted and strawed, so now it really looks like something. We're gonna have 2 entrances. We're proud of it, what's gonna be there, and we just hope that people in the city use it. There's plans for the moose moving up there. That kind of falls in with them and children also. But my most important thing is that mark your calendar, 23rd, 6 o'clock, and we're going to have some press there, Francis, and we're going to have some hot dogs. The Hill neighborhood, which you know in the past has done some things up there, trying to get some things together. The Hill neighborhood's going to partner with us. Back to your volunteerism, maybe you want to bring your boat up there that night. Just, there should be a fairly good gathering. We're going to serve hot dogs. Just try to do a little something positive for Sunbury. So I hope to see some faces there, and I promise to do what is can to make it good.
Awesome. Thank you, Corey. Thank you for the whole organization.
And I thank the city's help on doing a couple things up there to help out kids. So,
One good question, Corey, on another matter. How's it going down on South Front Street?
Haven?
Yes.
I think very well. Another big meeting tomorrow. But on beginning of June, we hope to get bids out. Our guess of the costs are we think our educated guess from some help from architects, but really you don't know what it costs until somebody gives you the price. So that's going to happen in June. Hopefully we'll get them back in, probably beginning of July. Something that I think everybody involved in the town should be very proud of too, that just from local people who, I think this area has good hearts. They're just from local people and businesses, we've raised over $450,000 just from the general. So
Those, I think you said those of you that aren't aware of it, which I don't know, but they're adding how many rooms?
yeah, so the Haven Ministry project, and there'll be a lot more press on this, as you don't want to put things out there in case maybe they don't happen, but we're really deep into this. So Haven Ministry has 4 places for families or people to live right now. And every time you go in there and talk to Christy Ziegler, who runs the place, how was the day? We turned 3 more people away today, 3 more families. There's a huge need. We're the only one within counties as far as Haven. I'm on the board, that's why I can speak for that. So we're building an addition. It's going to have 10 new rooms. It's going to be a 2-story addition. It's going to go south, attached on the south end, and then come straight towards the road. 2 stories. But out of the 10 rooms, 9 will be places to live. 1 will be like a very enhanced laundry room. So with that many people there, you need laundry services. So there'll be 9 living areas. The smallest new room will be 1.5 times the existing size of the rooms. You really probably wouldn't want to stay in the existing rooms with a family if you didn't have to, because they're like 17 by 18.
How many people are down there at any one time, and out of them, how many are kids under 15?
Vary. The general answer, there's usually 28 to 32 people down there. Teenage kids, not a lot. You see, it's usually, norm would be a young woman with a couple kids. That something bad happened in her family. The good thing about Haven, just so everybody knows, is that there's a rule that they can't be there more than 6 months. It's not, a lot of people have a bad connotation that we're just bringing homeless here and then we let homeless on the street. That's not the case. It's, they transition people and they move them on. So the bylaws are basically 6 months is their max they can be there. Yes, there's exceptions. There's definitely exceptions. But our normal turn rate was closer to 5 months And because of some changes down there with the board and just people doing things, we're down to like 3 months. And we also got involved with another government agency, and they have been helping money-wise to take someone that, okay, we're pretty good, but if you want to run an apartment, you got to put a month down, pay it now, da-da-da-da. If you want a high-rise, you got to put some money down. So there's another government agency that just recently stepped in and is putting some money out for people that we think are ready. And by getting ready is that they've got training and some type of job. In other words, our goal is we don't want somebody to come here and be a sponge for this town or society. We want to turn them around and have them be a contributor. So we get them a job, try to get them a job. If they don't have the skills, there's enough agencies around here. That's what's good about this area. Lots of agencies. You get them the training, get them some kind of job, so that they're, again, they're contributing something rather than just doing nothing.
And I think it's remarkable that this is a local venture, and it's local, it's not like the Red Cross and all this. Like, I think it started with a church maybe years and years and years ago, but it evolved into something that's really great. And it's remarkable if you go down just to see the people there and what they do. And they don't go out and they don't pat themselves on the back, but I think they need to, there be a lot more attention brought to what they do and how they go about it.
There's 3 employees. Chrissy Ziegler's the main one, but there's 2 part-timers, and they're into it. And you don't get a huge amount of pay, but they're happy with what they have. The best success story is one of the people that is paid employee now, went through the program and lived there when they had nothing. Now they came back because they know better than anybody how it was to not have a home or anywhere to go. I thank City Council for a couple little things with getting the blueprints done and a couple exemptions you made. Obviously, you know where Haven is, the big problem is space. So guess what we had to do? That's why it's 2 stories, because you can always go up. So we're getting there. A lot more to come. We're working for one large grant from a foundation. A lot behind the scenes on that, but when that comes, then things are really looking better.
From Kathy Teicher on up, the volunteers and the people that work down here has been unbelievable.
Cheryl Beeler was in there for quite a while,
Yeah.
and now it's Christy Ziegler. But the 2 things we talked about now, there's so much negativity in the world. But right now, you just talked about 2 things that are really, really good.
Yep.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other public comment at this time? Please state your name.
Right, Rosenkrantz. I'm making a suggestion to the Leslie. I brought this up several times, but just to refresh your memories. If we could look at having a language box, so if you go out and look at like Clock Haven, if you go up in the corner and you pick Spanish, it'll drop down and it switches the website over to that. So there's like a whole list of like different languages that they could pick from, so that way our website's inclusive for our citizens. So just a suggestion on that. Chief Harris, I do believe I know my answer, but I just want to bring it to your attention that it is getting warmer out now. People are going out on motorcycles and scooters and stuff like that. Last weekend, twice, I seen one Market Street outside, and I don't know what establishment they were in, but a scooter, which is plated like a vehicle, was parked on the pavement twice. So just a heads up for your guys to look at that, because not where it should be parked. Okay, so I asked to be on the agenda, but it was an oversight, but so real quick, Christmas in July. Mr. Easter, you seen that I wanted to bring it back here to Cameron Park?
I know we wanted to change the date we did the other day.
I didn't change the date, I changed the location back to Cameron Park. The reason being is I don't have enough volunteers to be at that space up there. The only thing I asked and also was just to close this side of the street and let the other side open. Hopefully PennDOT will accommodate that. Reason being, bringing it back to downtown is because I want to work with the businesses and have them doing like sidewalk sales and things like that, because a lot of the businesses will then come up to up there. The other thing is that distance, we have a lot of the high rise and things like that. So it can work down here, it's, with my level of volunteers. So let me, the question about there was a business that came to me and said that if they wanted to put like tables out and do sidewalk sales, do they need to have a permit to do that? Additional to their place?
Yeah, you get in marriage office, $10.
$10, not $100.
$10
And that's for a month or the day?
No, it's showing, am I wrong, like $10?
Yeah, we have to look back when it was, but we got rid of that, so they don't have to pay the $10. I think they still need to come down for the permit, so we know who's doing the setup, but we waive the $10 fee.
Okay, so if the businesses want to do sidewalk sale during Christmas and July, they're gonna do paperwork for me, so I can just come in and say, hey, these are the businesses that.
Correct, so we
That's
know
okay?
yes, we know who's doing what and all that kind of stuff, and yeah.
Vicki, when we had them before, the only concern was that they have space to make sure that pedestrians can walk up and down the street, that there's enough space between.
There has to be it has to maintain a 5-foot clear passage.
Yeah.
For public passage between the tables and the.
Right, but we have businesses that have tables and barrels on Market Street, right?
What's that?
So we have businesses that have tables and barrels on Market Street,
Yep.
so it would be the same thing, right?
Sure.
Okay, got it, thank you. Approval to apply for, grants for books for Rosenblum for the ugly sweater. I already did one for Santa Claus, and then also apply for a grant, $1,000 for the ugly sweater. And then also to Degenstein for decorations for White Fest. Is that okay for me to apply for those for June? Yes, okay. Other thing is, would like to, do like a winter festival in February, the last Sunday in February. With this, the main focus of this event being at the ice rink. So this would be vendors, highlighting the rink, like an open skate, a Zamboni demonstration, figure skating demonstration, a hockey demonstration, have food trucks outside, vendors, and that event would be split between Sunbury Light Fest and the Sunbury Youth and Community Center. Something right there.
We'll discuss when it gets closer, my goodness.
Don't wait. It's February, I mean, listen, I like.
You don't know what the hockey schedule is, that's one of the bigger issues.
Okay, I already met with Carl and Tammy today, so that's what my.
You guys can figure that out.
But, yeah, okay, okay, can't wait around to market things, gotta be done, so. Okay, oh, the other thing is I seen the lights were taken down from the gazebo, which were not working anyway. Do we want to have lights up now, because it does look pretty when it is lit up, or do we wanna, because Light Fest, I would buy bicycle lights from Riley's, good LED lights, not the crappy ones that they've been putting up there. Would you like me to look into that and get that lit up for the summer, or do you want to just wait till Christmas?
Well, Carl's looking into it because the other ones might be super junky.
Well, yeah, because when you plug too much in, then it, yeah, so, I mean,
That's why they took them down with the.
that's fine, I wanted, yeah, they needed to come down anyway, but my.
Well, if
thought
Carl's
was-
looking at it once again,
I,
you two
yeah,
can
that's
figure
fine,
that out.
but I just, yeah, because we could do that one and then put good ones up down to the river as well, because I think it looks nice, so. All right, I'll get with you guys about that.
Thank you. Any other public comment?
Just real
Please
quick,
state your name, sir.
Joe Bartello, it's for the TV and tire recycling, can you give a location for that?
It's gonna be up at the skating rink up on the 10th, skating rink.
Okay,
And there's a cost to each, but it'll get rid of a lot.
okay.
We'll have a flyer, Joe, that we can email to you then also.
Okay.
Any other public comment at this time?
Whatever.
All right, I adjourn this meeting.